Deep in the hollows of eastern Kentucky, where the morning mist clings to ancient ridgelines like the ghosts of forgotten sins, there stands a cabin that local folks won't speak about after dark. The floorboards still creak with the weight of secrets too heavy for any foundation to bear. And if you listen closely on certain nights, when the wind cuts through the pines just right, you can almost hear the echoes of a story so disturbing that 3 generations of mountain families have sworn never to tell it. But tonight, we're going to tell it anyway. Hello everyone. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with where you're from and what time you're watching. That way, YouTube will keep showing you stories just like this one. In 1923, a circuit judge traveling through the remote mountains of Appalachia stumbled upon court records that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Buried in a stack of yellowed documents was the case file of Delilah Mae Whitlock, a woman whose story had been deliberately buried by a community too ashamed to acknowledge what had happened within their own bloodlines. What that judge discovered wasn't just a tale of family dysfunction. It was a multi-generational nightmare that revealed the darkest corners of human nature when civilization's watchful eye turns away. This isn't a story about poverty or isolation, though both played their roles. This isn't even a story about mental illness, though madness certainly crept through the Blackwood family tree like poison through mountain water. No, this is something far more disturbing. A chronicle of how tradition, silence, and twisted loyalty can transform a family into something that barely resembles humanity at all. The locals called her Devil's Daughter, though never to her face. They whispered that she carried the mark of her sins in her eyes, one blue, one green, like God couldn't decide whether to bless or curse her. But the truth about Delilah Mae Blackwood runs deeper than superstition. It runs deeper than shame. It runs all the way down to the bedrock of what happens when a family decides that their bloodline is more sacred than the laws of God and nature combined. What you're about to hear has been pieced together from court documents, diary entries, and the testimonies of those brave enough to break decades of silence. Some of these details have never been made public, some probably shouldn't be. But the truth has a way of clawing its way to the surface, no matter how deep you bury it. The Blackwood family had been scratching out a living in the Kentucky mountains since before the Civil War, when the first Josiah Blackwood claimed a patch of rocky ground that nobody else wanted. They were what mountain folk called ridge runners, families so isolated that the outside world might as well have been another planet. No mail came up their hollow, no preacher made the treacherous